All right, guys. So, welcome back to the second episode of the Facebook Ads Workshop. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about Facebook and Instagram ads setup from start to finish. I'll walk you through how to set up every single thing you need to make sure your ads convert very, very well. So, and this is like the major part of this workshop, and I want you to pay close attention to every single step we're going to take. For every little thing is golden. All right, so let's just quickly go back to our ads manager dashboard. Okay, so in the ad manager dashboard, as you can see, we're still using our personal ad account, which we're going to use throughout this class, and we'll only use our business manager account. Let's say if this ad account has a potential issue, that's when we're going to use that one. So right now we're having two ad accounts. And these two ad accounts is going to help us at least. Let's say Facebook just bans account, like they can just wake up and decide to disable your ad account. Okay, they can your ads might be working very, very well. They have already your ad has been published already, it has passed their review process, and still they may still decide to disable your ads. So let's say if you're having issues with let's say your personal account, you can go over to your business manager ad account and start using it. And I also advise you to get hands on lots and lots of Facebook accounts. Okay, you can buy from vendors, or you can start building and just create a new Facebook account and Facebook profile and keep it. So let's say when your ad account gets disabled, you can move over to that profile and use it to get a new advertising account, a business manager account for your business services. Okay, I hope that was very, very clear. All right, so first and foremost, we're going to get started with just come over when your ads manager dashboard is loaded. Come over to create. So I want you to know that it's a three-step process from the campaign level to the ad set level and then to the ads level. All right, so we're going to go over each and every stuff. All right, so from the campaign level, we're going to click on create. And then you can see there are three different major objectives: the awareness objective, the consideration objective, and the conversion objective. All right, so awareness is like if you want, let's say you're just launching your business in Lagos and you want people to be aware, you just want people to be aware. Forget most of us Nigerians, we only spend money on ads with the intention of getting money back from advertising. All right, advertising and marketing are two different stuff, and with your ads manager you can do both. So let's say you want to market your business, you want people to know you are in town, you want people to know you're this new vendor, you handle logistics, you want people to know there's this new logistic company in town. Just let's say budget a certain amount of money and use it for brand awareness. So people in the area you've selected are going to be it's going to be showing your ads to people. They can be dropping comments, dropping likes, and even follow your page. I think it can also be an option to follow your page or the rest. So it's going to be just a brand awareness objective. People are going to be seeing your ads, and then you can also set up the ad recall limit. So let's say you can retarget them, or setting up the ad recall limits can make them also see the ads regular times. Okay, so that's for brand awareness, and then also the same thing is for reach. Can reach more people in a particular locality to make sure they are aware about the existence of your brand. And now from awareness, it then goes to consideration, just like a funnel something. Okay, it's like this funnel now. Top of funnel are just the awareness section. Okay, the top of funnel is the awareness section, and then the middle of funnel is the consideration section, and then the bottom of funnel is the conversion section of the Facebook ads funnel. Okay, so from the bottom of funnel, that's when you now start using words to make sure your your audience, your customers are repeat buyers. Okay, that your customers keep buying from you with discounts, promos, and bonuses you use to keep them become repeat buyers. Okay, so I just hope you get the gist. You can from the top of funnel, which is just the major one, which is just the first one, awareness. But let's say you don't want to run an awareness campaign, that's okay. You can just proceed and run a traffic campaign. But if you want to establish your business in the sense that people, if you want to market, awareness is mostly about marketing. If you want to market the existence of your business or your brand, then go with the awareness section. Then if you want people to start considering taking an action, let's say sending people to your website, with the awareness tab, you can also send people to your website, get a point. You can, if you want people to consider taking engagements, installing your app, viewing your videos, watching your videos, you want people to consider giving you their details or sending a message to your brand, you can go with the consideration tab. And if you want people to convert on your website, if you want people to visit your store, your offline store, if you want people to um, purchase from your catalog, you can, just as we saw the other time, you can set up your catalogs and start promoting products from there. Okay, so just that these are just the different objectives you have. And if you come over to this small dot here, you can see just a simple description of what it does. Traffic, send people to a destination like websites, app, Facebook events, or messenger conversation. So just each and every one of the objectives has this little dot. So you can just come over, get to that little dot and learn more about it. Okay. So that's that about that. And we're going to proceed with getting a traffic campaign. Okay. So we're going to come scroll down, come here and name our campaign. So let's name it Ads Workshop. Okay. I'm going to quickly copy that and paste it as the ad set name and then the ad name. So we've named our campaign as Ads Workshop, ad set as Ads Workshop, and then add Ads Workshop. You can edit all these stuffs. Let's say, okay, you can edit it at any time before you publish your ads. Okay, so let's continue. So all the naming is just to help us keep track of the particular campaign we are into or want to analyze, you get, or want to view chart of stocks or want to edit. So I will make sure to avoid going to the hassle of every campaign having the same name. So you have to just give it a specific name so you know the one you're working with and the one you want to edit. All right. So you see the campaign, you can come here and edit anything you want to edit the name or anything. So special category like ads that are related to politics and some other stuff. But this is not a special category ad. So the campaign auction, this auction, okay, this is like the way you bid for your audience. Okay, it's automatic. There's no other option. It just automatically, the buying type is auction. So it's like a bidding market. So that's why you see you might be spending 20 naira, and at some point it goes as high as 26 naira. At some point it goes as low as 14 naira for link clicks or for conversions or thereabout. Okay, so that it's an auction type of market. Okay, then what's the campaign objective? We already chose the objective as traffic, but if you're not sure about the objective, you can come here and change it to any other objective. But we're sticking with traffic. Okay, so we scroll down. Now the A/B test section. The A/B test section is just like if you want to, more of the times if you have enough budget and you want to test campaign, it's highly recommended. Okay. If you want to test campaigns to know which one is going to work and which one is not going to work. It helps you avoid the what would I say, avoid thinking everything is just going to work or thinking you have a perfect campaign. It helps you avoid guessworks and one helps you just know what works and what doesn't work. Okay, so A/B test is just like you can test, let's say, can test for creatives. Let's get started. Let's just get started with A/B test. So with A/B test, you can test different variables. You can test for creatives. You can test to know if your if a certain targeting option is performing better. You can test locations. You can test, let's say, ad copy. You can test ad image or videos to know which one is performing better, and then you can shut down the ones that is not going well and proceed with the one that is working perfectly fine. So it helps you get rid of the guesswork and just go straight into taking action and knowing what exactly is going to work for your business or for your advertising. Okay, so then this campaign budget optimization, you can turn it off or you can turn it on. But most times, okay, let's say the campaign budget optimization is, let's say, for instance, now in this ad set level. So in this ad set level, you can have, let's say, 10 campaigns, 10 ads running at the same time. Okay, you can edit, duplicate, create new ad sets, or you can just have one ad running. So in this ad set level now, okay, let's say we want to turn on campaign budget optimization, and the daily budget is 20,000. So now what's going to happen is, if we have 5 ad sets here, this campaign budget optimization is going to optimize how much it's going to be spending on each ad. Okay, well, we don't need to now start setting personal ad budget for each ad set that is here. So what it's going to do is that this campaign budget optimization is going to optimize this 20,000. It's just going to make sure it utilizes this 20,000 across the 5 ads we have here. Okay, that's if we had 5 ads here, and then the budget for the 5 ads is 20,000 naira. I want campaign budget optimization to make sure it spends more on the one that is performing better and less on the one that is performing lesser. So the bot helps you to optimize the campaign. Okay, so that's just the thing about campaign budget optimization. So you can choose daily budgets, you can choose a lifetime budget. So let's say we want to when you're going with a lifetime budget, just make sure you're going with a specific date. So let's say you want to spend 100,000 in 5 days. You want to go with a campaign budget optimization for 5 ads. So it's you realize that at the end of the day, you'll be spending 20K a day on a particular ad and spending 5,000 naira a day on the one that's not performing very, very well. So that's the good thing about campaign budget optimization. So we're going to turn it off. We're just running one ad and we don't need it. Just so we'll proceed with next. All right, so you can see still see the ad set name. We can edit the ad set name or change it. All right, so where are we sending our traffic to? This traffic option, where are we sending our traffic to? I'll send our traffic to a website, to an app, to Messenger, or to WhatsApp. Okay, so we can be sending our traffic to WhatsApp. Then we need to select the page, so which is going to be our page. So, but we've not yet connected WhatsApp to our page. So if you want to send your traffic to WhatsApp, you have to first connect your WhatsApp account to your page, and then you can select the send to WhatsApp button here. Then you can also send traffic to Messenger. Right, so let's say you want to send people, when people come across your ad, they can message your page. They can just quickly tap the send message button and send a message to your page on their Messenger, and then you can reply. Or you want people to install an app. Let's say you have an app you are promoting and want people to install your app. So you can go with traffic and then choose the app installs. But let's just stick with website for now. Okay, so we're sending people to our website, right? So dynamic creative, it doesn't work well. So what they promise here is not what works. So they want you to provide certain elements, images, and headlines, and then they will optimize. Just forget about the dynamic creative. It doesn't work well, okay? And this offer tab, creating an offer, people just still shut it off. It doesn't work well. Drive more conversions by creating an offer people can save and get reminders about. It doesn't work well. So just forget about the offer. And so since we didn't in the campaign level set up, since we didn't set up campaign budget optimization here, we can now choose how much we want to spend for each ad set. But if we had turned it on, this budget and schedule wasn't going to be available, not going to be available here. So since we didn't turn it on, we're going to set our budget and schedule for each ad set. Okay. So here we have our daily budget to be 3,980. It's just 4K. Um, Actual amount spent daily may vary. Okay, so I think this should just be something like $10. Okay, then you can choose your start date and set up your end date. Okay, let's say if you're going with a lifetime budget, it's necessary you set your start and end date. So your company is going to have a day is going to start, and then the amount is going to be spending on a daily basis and the rest. Okay, so let's go with daily budget 3,980. Then there's no end date, just going to run, and when just going to keep running for days. So we're going to fund our ad manager account. It's going to keep running for days. And when we decide we want to turn off the ad campaign, we can turn it off. All right. So the more options is not accessible ad scheduling. You can decide to run ads all the time. Let's say, let's say we have okay, let's say we're using a lifetime budget, and then we want to schedule when the ad is going to be running. We can decide if we want the ad to be running only in the morning. We can decide we want the ad to be running from 12 a.m. or from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. only during morning, during the daytime. Or we can decide the ad to be running on specific hours of the day and exclude specific hours of the day. This is very, very good. Let's say outside the country where people are given a break period. Okay, people that are working in businesses, they have a 12, I think it's 12 o'clock, they just go out to take lunch and stuff. So if you want to target people when they are taking lunch, you can just decide to choose this this period of the day. So just come choose this particular, just scroll down. You can choose it if you just want to target them only on Monday. You can just choose everything. See how powerful Facebook ads is. The options are just so amazing. Okay, so amazing. All right, but just I hope you get the main gist. Okay, so from after budget and schedule, we have audience tab. So this is where like you choose who sees your ad and who doesn't see your ad. Okay. So we can create a new audience, which is what we're going to do below here. So we can create a new audience. That from this create new tab, you can create custom audiences and lookalike audiences. As if you have a custom audience you want to use for this ad, or if you have a lookalike audience you want to use. You can also exclude lookalike and custom audiences, but we don't have custom audiences now, and we don't have any saved audiences. So we're just going to scroll a little bit down and choose our location. So we want to target people. You can target people in any location at all. Okay. You can start to target people in the United States, sell something to them, they buy, you process the orders and the rest. You can start to sell people something to only people in Ghana, to only Ghanaians, Nigerians, just any country at all you want to target. There's an option to do it with Facebook ads. Okay. So let's say we want to target people in Nigeria. Let's go with our so in Nigeria. People living okay, from here you can choose to target people living or recently in this location. So let's depending on what you're promoting, if you want to target people that let's say that travel and then people that are in Nigeria and they just recently traveled or the rest, people living or recently in this location, you can use this tab. But if you want to target people that are specifically living in Nigeria, use this people living in this location. If you want to target people, let's say you run a courier or you run airplane service or the rest, and you want people recently in this location, let's say people that want to send people so that they can board your plane, maybe when they want to come back or when they want to go out again, you can choose this, or you can decide to target people traveling in this location. Okay, I don't think this is very effective. Where you can target people that are in buses moving from one location, one state to the other, or the rest. Okay, your services and offers and the rest. All right, so we'll go with people living in this location, and then we'll put in a location, Nigeria. Okay, so we'll put in a location, Nigeria. Nigeria. Okay, country. All right, so we've selected Nigeria. And from here, you can decide, if you click this little drop down button there, you can exclude Nigeria from, let's say you want to target a certain number of, let's say you want to target, or let's say you have a list number of locations here and you want to test between the ads. So you want to exclude this location from the ones that you, from, let's say you have a number of locations here and then you want to exclude this one or you want to exclude another one. Just come down to the drop down, little drop down button here and choose. So you can also choose to only include cities in Nigeria. I think there are 56 cities in Nigeria. There are 56 cities. You can decide to choose only to target only cities in Nigeria. And how they rate cities are locations within that have people population between 100,000 to 3 million. That's how they rate cities. So that's why there are 56 cities. So you can decide to exclude cities. So you just decide to exclude cities. So you still have a lot of people to still target if you exclude cities. Okay, so and remove this. You see, always keep track of this potential reach. We have 32 million people we can reach in Nigeria. We have 32 million people, and then if you only include cities, we have 27 million people, and then if we exclude cities, we're going to have 4 million people. Okay, so but that's not what we are. That's not what we want to do today. So we're going to remove that. We already have Nigeria selected. So we can decide to exclude people in Anambra. People in Anambra State. Okay, so we can exclude people in this location. Okay, so others are going to see our ad, but people in this particular location won't see our ads. Okay, you can add a number of exclusions you want to make. Okay, and then the rest is where the ads are going to be shown. I hope you get it clearly. So you can set to exclude people in Jos Plateau, Jos Plateau State. Plateau, I don't know how to spell. So you can just, I hope you get the gist. You can decide to um, exclude people living in Abuja. Okay. Abuja is a city, so you can set to exclude people living only in Abuja. How many miles radius in Abuja? You can reduce it, or you can increase it to reach like 50 miles radius. So it's going to exclude this certain number of individuals. Okay. So from here you can zoom in, zoom out, zoom in and zoom out, and you can drag to shape and just to make sure you see what you're doing. Okay, so let's zoom in. So we have Anambra, then we have Abuja excluded. You can decide to exclude any location you want at all. Okay, any location that I think doesn't perform, won't perform well for your campaign, you can exclude them. so you don't keep spending money on a location that won't serve you well. I hope you get the gist. All right, so we'll scroll down and choose our age range. So let's say we're promoting something. Okay, let's say we want to sell skincare products. Or let's say we want to sell a laptop. We know an 18-year-old can't afford a laptop in Nigeria. Okay, it has to be their parents that will buy for them. Or let's say you want to sell kiddies wears, baby wears. 13-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old can't afford babies wears. Okay, most of them don't even have babies, so it's going to be the older, the elderly age. Let's say we're going to say something like 25. We're going to be targeting, say, 25 to 65. So before you choose your age range, also make sure from the number of customers you've got, make sure to know, like, you can guess the age within the age range your highest number of customers can be placed in. So with the age range, you can also make sure to use it in your targeting. It's going to perform very, very well. So let's say if you feel that most of your customers are between the ages of 25 to 30, you can just use that age range. If they're between the ages of 30 to 35 to 40 to 65, you can see we still have a potential reach of 7.5 million people. Your just make sure your age range is within the limits you want. Okay. And then you can also decide to choose gender, whether you want to target only men or women. Let's say you sell female wears, there's no need targeting men to be seeing your ad and be wasting your impression. So you just have to go with only women who are interested in um in in clothes. Okay, we're selling baby wears. Okay, so we're going to come down to the detailed targeting section. Okay, so this detailed targeting section is where you include the interest, the demographic, or the behaviors you want to target your customers with. So we want our customers to be people that like baby, okay, people that baby shop, people that baby transport. So these are different interest levels. These are different interest levels. Just know this is limited. This is just like 20, just showing only 20 targeting options. Okay, it's very, very limited. So Baby Shop has 62 million people interested in it. Hello baby, bye bye baby. Okay, so let's go with Baby Shop. All right, going with Baby Shop, we have 270,000 people in Nigeria who are women that are interested in baby shopping. Oh, that's a very defined audience. Okay, so we can add more interest. Let's say, okay, let's come here and say, um, shopping and fashion. This is a very broad audience. Shopping and fashion. Okay, 1.8 billion people. It's very, very broad. And from in shopping and fashion, there are 2 million people in Nigeria that are interested in shopping and fashion. So we can come this is what they call audience segmentation. Okay, so we can come down here and narrow down this audience with baby shop. Okay, so baby shop. Okay, these are under interests. Babyshop.se only has the size is only. Make sure to look at the size of each interest you want to, each interest demographic or behavior you want to target. So let's say Baby Shop has 62 million people. So what this does is this audience, what this does is okay, so there are 270,000 persons. I think this was the same number it gave us at that time. So audience segmentation, what it does is from this broad interest, and then we want to match people, people that only like, only shop, only do baby shop, from people that are very, from the broad number of persons that are interested in shopping and fashion, from the 2 point something million people who are interested in shopping and fashion in Nigeria, who are women. We want to target only people that are interested in shopping and fashion, but are also interested in baby shop. Okay, so that's what audience segmentation does. So like you can see in this graph now. So these are people, let's say these are people interested in shopping and fashion, and these are people interested in baby shop. So the ones in the middle is who we're targeting, who are people that are interested in both baby shop and shopping and fashion. Okay, so we're targeting people that are very, very interested in shopping. So they baby shop, and then they're also interested in shopping and fashion. Okay. You can decide to narrow down the audience further, make it a little bit more concise. But they make sure to keep your potential reach between say 1.5 million to 7 million. That's the audience hotspot. Make sure it's not below 500,000. Okay, so you have a large number of persons to reach. But once you keep your audience too low and defined, it also messes with the algorithm, and then it doesn't convert very, very well. But when you keep it broad, a little bit broad, let's say 1.5 million, 1,500,000, it can go through, it can, from the interest or demographic you've selected, it can go through to see people that are very, very interested in what you're selling and can afford to pay for it. Okay, so that's just it about audience definition. So we are done with the audience section. So we just scroll down. So from here, you can always make sure this detailed targeting expansion. Make sure each time it's ticked, always make sure to uncheck it. Okay. Detailed targeting expansion messes up with your targeting. It messes up with the good work you've done. Always make sure to uncheck it if it's mistakenly checked. Okay. So you can see when we ticked it, it increased our potential reach to 1.8 million people. And when we removed it, it returned back to 270,000 persons. Okay. So just make sure it messes up with what's the good work you've done. So make sure to always uncheck it. Right. So we'll quickly go to language. So from the language, you can decide to target people based that speak specific language, or the rest. It's just mostly good in the US when they have different languages. So you want to target people that speak your particular language, or people that speak a different part of language, or the rest. Okay. So you can also decide to target people based on connection. Let's say people who like your page, people who are friends of people who like your page, exclude people who like your page. Okay, people who use your app, friends of people who use your exclude people who use your app. So you can decide to add this connection. So you don't want people who like your page to see your ads. Let's say you have a huge number of following, and you don't want people who like your page to see your ads. You just go with the connection tab here and make sure to check it. Okay. Then if you so also when you're done, you also need to select the page, and our page is ads workshop. So just make sure to select the page, and then it's going to exclude people who like your page from seeing your ad. And also decide that people decide to also reach out to friends of people who like your page. So it's going to be like a recommendation. So they're going to see your ads, and they're going to see that this other person likes this page. Maybe when they open the page, they also see that some of their friends also like that page. You get the point, okay? So, but we're not going to be doing the connection. So from here, you can, if this audience suits you so well, you can decide to save the audience from here. So the audience name is going to be, let's say, Nigeria 23 to 30 F. So it's going to make, let's say, when we have a huge number of saved audiences, we can easily be able to locate it with what we use, with the name we used to save it. Okay, so we can click the save button, and our audience our audience is saved already. Okay, our audience is saved already. Make sure this is daily budget and not lifetime budget. So our audience is saved. Don't try detailed targeting expansion. Just any recommendation from Facebook, don't use it. It's a scam. Okay, don't try detailed targeting expansion. All right, so we move over to the placement section. So if you go with automatic placement section, Facebook is going to show your ads to people on audience networks, Messenger, Facebook, and Instagram. So those are the four networks that Facebook show their ads. So if you go with automatic placement, Facebook is just going to show your ads to a whole number of people. Okay, but if you want to define your placement, let's say you're on your ads and you want only people on Facebook and Instagram to see your ads, then you can just come down here and choose Facebook and Instagram. So it's going to be showing on Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Instagram feeds, Instagram, there's this other feed and the rest. So also you're going to be showing in Facebook feeds and the rest. So in the banner placement, you can also decide to choose devices. Okay, you can decide to only target people using mobile and not reach out to people using mobile and desktop. Okay, you just want to show your ads to people using mobile phones, and you want to still stick with Facebook and Instagram. So you can just make sure it aligns. You have to do enough research. That's what's going to differentiate your ad performance from the rest of the people who are confused. You have to make a lot of research and know what works well for your type of business. All right. So we're going to scroll down and decide to, okay, it's going to show your ads in articles, that is inside Facebook articles and the rest. You can start to see more options, specific mobile devices and operating systems. Let's say you want to target, let's say you want, something you are selling to iOS users. Let's say you are selling a phone pouch, which is just mostly for Android, for iPhone users. You can decide to choose the iOS devices only. So your ad is going to be shown only to people who use iOS devices. Then you can start to include the device. You can start to uncheck iPads. You only want people who use iPhones. You can also decide to target people who use iPods. But let's stick with only people who use iPhones. Let's check the audience definition. So from the audience, it's only 4,000 persons it can reach from our audience that use iPhones, okay? But that's not what we want to do today. So we're going to stick with all mobile devices. And I can also target, let's say you want to reach out, let's say you sell subscription plans and you want to reach out to only people when they're connected to Wi-Fi. So it's going to reduce, let's say, the performance of your ads, because it's going to only be shown to people who are using Wi-Fi. Okay. Exclude skippable ads. Don't include skippable ads in this ad set. So let's say you don't want people to skip your ads. So if let's say you have the in-stream video tab, in-stream video. Okay, you have this in-stream selected. Okay, and then you don't want people to skip your ad. You want them to listen. Let's say they're watching a video and you don't want a skip option to appear. So they're going to have to watch your ad video till the end before they can continue with what they are watching. Okay, that's a big interruption, but you can choose it here and your ad is going to just keep sticking to their face till it's done, and then they can continue with what they were doing. All right. Okay. Brand safety, inventory. So this is just about in-stream videos. You can just leave all this stuff, and then scroll down. Okay. Scroll down, hide this option, hide all these advanced options. But if you want to make sure, like if you have any reason to go over it, just still very simple. You everything here is very, very simple and straight to the point. Okay. So you can just anytime you want to do something with advanced options, you can just go to show more options and proceed. Right. So we're going to go over to optimization and delivery, ad optimization and delivery. You can decide to optimize your ads for landing page views, for link clicks, and for impressions, or for daily unique reach. Let's say landing page views. If you want to be billed only when people visit your landing pages. Okay, this is just like, let's say you're selecting for to be billed for a conversion. So if you're choosing landing page views, you're going to be charged when people only visit your landing page. Then if you're using impressions, they're going to deliver your ads to people as many times as possible to make sure you get the highest number of impressions. Then if you're using daily unique reach, you deliver your ads to people up to once a day to make sure up to once a day. So then this link click tab is just going to deliver your ads to people who are most likely to click on links. Okay, it's not going to be showing your ads to people who anytime they see a section to click links, they don't click it, they just leave it, and so it's not going to show your ads to people like that. Okay. And so from there you can choose cost control. Let's say you want to be bidding it on your own, but it's not advisable. Just fund your ad account, do your targeting very well, and let Facebook do their, like, let them do anything they want to. Just so far your ads is converting, you don't even have anything to do with how much they're billing you or anything. Okay. When you get charged by impressions or link clicks, so it's just only impression that is available. Okay, so just hide options, and then when you're done with your placements and your targeting, when you've defined them very, very well, you can decide to click next. All right, so it's loading up. So just as I said earlier, you can still edit the ad. This is the ad level now, so you can edit the name for this ad level. All right, so let's proceed to the identity. In this identity now, you can see it's using our Facebook page name as an identity for this ad, so that when people see it, they can see it's coming from this person. This is the source this ad is coming from. So that's the identity. So let's say our ad is going to be showing on Instagram. It has to also have an Instagram identity. Though it can use the identity for Facebook to show your ads on Instagram. But most of the times, if you have an Instagram account, it's just so well to connect your IG account to your Facebook page. So when you select the page here, it also brings up the connected Instagram account. So it's going to be using your Facebook page as an identity for your adverts on Facebook and using your Instagram account as an identity for your advert on IG. Okay, I hope you get the gist. All right, so in this ad setup tab, you can decide to create ads, or you can decide to use an existing post. Let's say you have a post on your Facebook page that you want to promote. So you just come here. You must have made the post already in your page. So just come here and choose the post. Use the existing post tab and choose the post. Or you can use Creative Hub Mockup. I've not used it before, but these are just the major two tools you need: create ad or use existing post. And this Creative Hub Mockup, you have to go over to I think settings or the rest to set up Creative Hub and everything before you can use the Creative Hub Mockup. Okay. So we can proceed with the formats. Choose how you'd like to structure your ad: single image or video. Want your ad to be either a single image or a video, or you want your ads to be a carousel. The carousel are those images you can swipe through. Let's say you can have 5 images and someone can swipe, see the next one, see the next one. Those are carousel. Okay. I want just a single image or video. I want a collection, groups of items that open into a full screen mobile experience. So you can choose a collection. So each thing you choose here, just make sure you set it up. So you can choose a template, storefront, lookbook, customer acquisition. Let's see how it goes. So you can have all these stuffs display when someone just clicks your ad. It's just like an instant experience. When they come across your ad and click on it, they're just going to load up on Facebook. It doesn't have to open a new browser or anything, just going to load up immediately, and then they can experience and see what you have to offer. Okay. So, but we're not going to go through setting up collections or instant experience. So we're going to go over with single image or video. All right. So the ad creative is the image, the copy, and the video. So that's the creative, the media. Okay. So let's say we want to use an image. So I'm going to just quickly upload an image. To quickly upload an image. Okay. Let's say we're promoting this clothes. Okay. Anytime you see you see any stuff marked on anything you upload, or let's say any error at all, it's going to come either a yellow warning or just like this setup error here, a red warning. Okay, so it's saying our image will be masked on news feed, the tolerance supported aspect ratio for images without links and videos on mobile, blah 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 blah. I think the size of the image is kind of small, or it's kind of small. That's why it's saying. So you can see this one is supported. That's why it doesn't have this yellow mark. But we're going to proceed with this. So in this creative place, you can decide to edit stuff, so you can crop, resize, and do some stuffs to your creative. So this guy is going to show on horizontal results. This guy is going to show in news feeds, in stream videos, and this guy is going to show on vertical, that's Instagram stories and Facebook stories. I'm okay with that. So let's go with done. So while we're having this verify your changes, assets, customization, blah blah blah, we're going to from the ads from the ad set level, we are our ad is optimized for website link click. Okay, we are running a link click ad to a website, so that's why it's showing that it requires a link. So I'm just going to come over here and put a link to my website. Okay, as you can see, the error has disappeared. Okay, so you can decide the destination to be a website, you can decide it to be a Facebook event, or you can decide it to be a phone call. Let's say you want people to call you. Assets customized for your ads placement. Remove customized assets. Okay, so you can see this error too. I think it has disappeared. So because we want to use a phone call destination, so we have to add a country code, and then a phone number. We're sticking to the website. So we have our web address. So make sure the web address you entered is correct. So you won't be sending your traffic to a location. We're coming to all this stuff, Facebook, that they just want you to pay them to add money, and the no payment method. We are coming. Okay, calm down. Okay, so the ad is not going to be showing in streams. It's not going to be showing in stream. I think the size of the image. Okay, it's not going to be showing in streams. This ad has one error. No payment method. Use a valid payment method. Blah blah blah. We're going to get there. All right. So our ad is going to be showing in feeds in stream video. Let's edit it. So since the size for in-stream is low, let's just quickly remove in-stream videos. So you can edit it. This image can't be used for in-stream ads. So it can be used for in-stream ads. So what do? We'll go back here to the ad set level. So in the ad set level now, forget about when you start your ad, we don't want an end date. So the daily budget is still 3,980. So you just scroll down and come over to in-stream and uncheck it. Okay. Unchecked in-stream. As you've unchecked, you can proceed to next. Right, so we've removed the in-stream placement. So the only error we have now is payment error. Okay, so we're going to still get to that. And if view your campaigns to see how it's going to display. So these are going to display on Facebook video feeds. These are going to display on Instagram Explore, the Explore section of Instagram, and the rest. All right, so so our ad is going to be running on both Instagram and Facebook. And on Instagram, since we don't have a connected Instagram account, we're going to use our Facebook name and everything to show our ads on Instagram. Okay. So here is the primary test. So this is where you unleash all the copy you've learned and the rest. So how to write copy, you must have learned it. So this is where you unleash everything. You can just come, let's say promo. Promo. Get your blah 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 blah. So make sure you must have drafted your ad copy. So you just copy it and paste in here and use it to run your ads, or you can still type it in here. So make sure you must have had what you want to use for your ad copy, and see the preview how it's going to show on Facebook. And make sure to always keep it attention span of people just keeps reducing drastically. So just make sure to keep it very, very simple and straight to the point. No fluff, no BS. Just make sure very simple. Explain what you want to explain, and send them to send the traffic to a link you want to send them to. Just let them get an overview of what you're promoting. Let them try to understand it, and then go over to the destination to learn more about it. Okay, so you don't have to carry everything on your landing page and start pasting on your ad copy. No, it's going to bore them. Just make it very simple and concise. All right. Okay, so you can still, let's say you want to write the whole dictionary. You can come keep adding options and keep adding more text and the rest, but just make it very, very simple with just one section. Okay. Then here you can add your headline. 20%, let's say 20% off for first timers. Anything at all that they're using to make sure people take action. Any offer at all, just make sure you have a very attention grabbing headline. Okay, 20% off for first timers. All right. You can add a description. Blah 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 blah. So the description is going to show below here, but we're not going to add any description. I'm going to add in a description. So just leave it, because that description doesn't show properly. Okay, it doesn't show properly when your ad gets someone. It doesn't show properly. Only thing that shows well is your headline and then the copy on your ad. Right, so we've already chosen our destination to be a website. Then we've input the URL of our website. Make sure it's correct, so you won't be sending people. If you don't know if it's correct, you can preview it here to make sure it's just preview it and see the website are sending them, so that they have this preview tab here. So you make sure it's very, very correct. So if you don't want to display, as you can see, our ads is displaying digitalskillsblog.com. If you don't want to display that link name, you can change it here. Let's say we want to display ads workshop. So it needs to be a well-valid URL, workshop.com. So you can see the display link. It's supposed to have changed from Digital Skills blog. So I just hope you understand this. So it's optional, as you can see. So you can change. This is the display link. I don't know why it didn't change, but that's just what it's supposed to do. Right. So call to action. From this call to action button, you can choose any button at all. You want them to learn more, or you want them to shop. Okay, it depends on the action you want them to take. You want people just when they click the shop now button, they visit your website and proceed to check out, add to cart, and the rest, and then check out what they've ordered. Right. So this tracking section, this is where you want to set up your website events. I told you we're going to go over how to set it up in the later section of this, how to set up custom conversion elements on your website and pixels. Okay, so this is where you set up your website events, app events, offline events. You can add pixels, and tracking just about pixels and tracking your data to make sure you can reach, to make sure you have a valid info about those that actually later visited your websites, and then you can retarget to them on a later basis. Okay, so as we are here now, you can proceed to, so after, when you're here, just can preview to see everything you've done from start to finish. Okay, so everything we've done, how it's going to look. So this is how our ad is going to look. Promo, get your blah 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 blah. And there, so this is how our ad is going to look on mobile news feed. You can check how it's going to look on video feeds, marketplace, Facebook stories, and the rest before you then, and these are our website URL before you then proceed to publish. So when we published, our ad is sent to Facebook. So when we publish, our ad is sent to Facebook, so it's going to be in review, right? So, but since we've not added money, so we've not used the billing tab before. So from here, we're going to quickly add some money to our account. We're going to choose our country, Nigeria. Our country to be Nigeria. Okay, currency is Nigerian Naira, and then the time zone. Check the advanced option, account name. Okay, add advanced option. So we'll continue. So from here, this is where we're going to choose the payment info. So our location is not United States of America. It's Nigeria. Right, so our location is Nigeria. So because our location is now correct, we can now use the local cards via PayU. So we're going to choose local cards, click next. So amount to add is going to be 4,000. So amount to add, you can decide to add any amount. Okay, you can decide to add 100,000, any amount at all. Just make sure it's the correct amount you want to fund into your Ads Manager account. But one thing I like to do is this. Once I've set out my daily budget, or once I've set out a lifetime budget, I like to add it chunk by chunk, because Facebook can be so scary. Facebook can shatter your plans in one single, with just one single, by just a click of a button, by disabling your ad account or restricting your advertising assets. Okay, so one thing I like to do is, and once your account is restricted, all your funds are gone. You can't recover it back. So one thing I like to do is I fund my account bit by bit, chunk by chunk. Let's say as our budget is 3 5, I can fund 4,000, and then before the end of the day, I will still keep track of the charts and still be optimizing the ad and seeing what's going good and what's not going good, analyzing it. Then if I see the fund is going down, I fund again. So that's how I keep funding it until the budget, until the ad is done and I'm done running that campaign. But for me to, let's say, fund the whole amount of money once, I've lost a lot of money with disabled ad accounts. So I don't want you to make the same mistake, losing lost money that you would have used to promote your business. So best thing to do is add fund little by little. If you want to run ads of 100,000, you can fund 10K, depending on your daily budget. If your daily budget is 20K, you can fund 20K, and then next fund on that 20K, just fund it chunk by chunk. Okay, so you can have something to yourself when Facebook does their doings. It's their doings. Everybody's aware of it. So we're going to, it's 100,000. So let's say you can fund any amount. So from there, you proceed, click next. So from here, I think it's going to redirect us to the PayU dashboard, where we choose, going to redirect us to the PayU dashboard. Okay. So continue, and then a new tab. So from here, we can add our billing, add your card details, proceed, then it just makes it easier. So it's just better you go with using the local cards. It's easier to make payments with local cards than making payments with the other, with adding your card details. Okay, so but since we've not added money, we can't publish this ad. So we have to make sure we add some money for your first ad campaign. You have to add some money to publish it. So, but since this is just a test, this is just like a tutorial, or this is a work. Since this is just a workshop, so I won't be having to add any money into this ads manager account. But on a previous on a time I want to make sure I want to use it for a campaign, I just proceed, come over, add some money, and then proceed to run my ads. And then you may be thinking, what if you don't add money now? What happens to everything you set up? It's still there, okay? Everything you set up is still there. You can publish draft items, which is not going to publish. Just everything you set up is still there. Okay? Still there. So it's in draft. It's saved in draft. From if you come to this tab, you can discard the draft if you want to. So from here, that's when you can discard it. Let's say after adding funds, you just come over to review and publish, click it, and then the ad will be reviewed and published. But since we've not added money, it will still redirect us to add some money. All right. So anytime you are running a campaign, and let's say your system, your PC goes off or anything happens, don't worry, just go back to your Ads Manager dashboard and you still have it to access. Okay, so that's every little thing you need to set up a highly converting Facebook ads from start to finish. Okay, everything I've said, just take it very seriously and make sure to do your own research. Do your own research very, very well. It's what separates you from those that have results and those that don't have results. You don't just wake up and bounce into your ads manager account and start running ads. No, do your research and make sure what you're doing, the audience you're targeting, and the creative you're using is what matches your ideal audience and what they find very, very interesting. All right. So thank you so much for this session, and we'll see in the next session.